Alright, let's go. We're going to be playing Journey Along the Anduin using the killer deck from a single core set. If you want to see a video where I talk about that deck and describe what the heroes do, check out the Flies and Spiders video that I just posted. It'll be linked in the description. So we're just going to get right into the quest. So I'm going to be looking at my opening hand here. You do that before you set up the quest. Now I wanted to add one quick rule clarification right at the start here. You cannot skip the quest phase. Every round you have to do the quest phase. If you send nobody on the quest, you still reveal a card and you still raise your threat by the difference in willpower, which would be 0, to the threat in staging. So you always have to do the quest phase. And let's see what I get. So stand and fight lets me pull an ally out of my discard pile. That's a great ally to pull out of my discard pile. Northern Tracker places progress in the staging area. Miner of the Iron Hills gets rid of a condition attachment. Steward, some resource excel, and another cheap ally. This is a great starting hand. That is just about perfect. Eowyn's going to have Steward attached to her, so she'll generate a ton of resources. That'll let her pay for Northern Tracker and the Stand and Fight Beorn combo. And then 2 cheap lore allies get some bodies on the table. Wonderful. Okay, so let's get to the quest. This is card 1A. Setup, each player reveals 1 card from the top of the encounter deck and adds it to the staging area. And then side 1B will make us find a hill troll if you haven't already revealed one. And the hill troll gets added to the staging area. Some people wonder about any when revealed effects that happen when you reveal this encounter card on side 1A. You trigger that. Whatever the when revealed effect is, you do it. Even if it says characters committed to the quest or something, you still have to do whatever it says. So if we look at this one I revealed, it's each location in the staging area gets +1 threat. That does nothing. It does nothing. Just like it said if it was deal 1 damage to each questing character. That would do nothing. But so sometimes you can get a complete whiff on these reveal a random encounter card things. So in this case, I did. And then sometimes you could reveal something that's absolutely terrible, like deal 1 damage to each character not committed to the quest. Well, each of your heroes would get the damage. Okay, so for this quest, the Hill Troll is in play and it has 30 threat. So the main piece of advice for playing this quest is do not have a deck that is 30 threat or higher. Okay, I see I draw another cheap lore ally. You don't want to have a threat of 30 going into this quest. Lower is better. Have ways to reduce your threat. That's why Spirit is so good and Gandalf. And basically, we're just going to turtle. We're going to build up a board state and then take on the Hill Troll. So I can't play a card. That's fine. I'm in no rush. I'm going to send Eowyn and Theodred on the quest. I'm going to give Theodred's resource to Eowyn per his ability. So I am sending 5, and I'm currently up against 1. I don't care if I make any progress. I really don't. Each enemy in each location in the staging area gets +1 threat. So I do screw up math here. I don't know why, but I thought that means I make 4 progress. And then I'm going to discard a card to Eowyn's ability. It's Beorn, and so I give myself another progress point. So I do apologize. I screw up my progress, but it doesn't matter. As you will see later in the video, it's not going to matter, but I apologize for that. All right, I'm going to trigger Berevor's action, draw 2 cards by exhausting her. I get a shadow cancellation and Henemarth River Song. He's amazing, so he's going to let me peek at the top card of the encounter deck. Really happy to see him. He's going to make it real easy to quest, and I get some more shadow cancellation. Alright, so Henemarth is going to come into play, but I'm not going to exhaust him now. Because if the card he peeks at is Necromancer's Reach, that deals a damage to each exhausted character. So I don't want him exhausted right now prior to staging. I will exhaust him later in the round. Alright, Theodred had 2 resources, so he's going to put Steward of Gondor on Eowyn. So she generates 2 spirit resources. She now has 5 spirit resources. And I know I'm going to want to get Beorn into play using Stand and Fight, but I also have a Northern Tracker in hand. So I'm debating which one of these I want to do right now. I think I decide to go with the Northern Tracker because I don't believe I'm going to need to engage the Hill Troll for at least another round or 2. And I might as well get Northern Tracker in play. He's a great ally. When he commits to the quest, he places 1 progress on every location in the staging area. And if locations in the staging area ever have progress equal to their quest points, they are cleared. Alright, so sending to the quest, I reveal a 2 threat location. I sent 5 again. I make 2 progress. You need to make 8, but you also need to kill the hill troll in order to advance. Hennemarth now is going to peek at the card. So this is the card I will reveal next quest stage, and it's a 3 threat location. So I know I'm going to be revealing that next quest stage. I can exhaust Barivor and draw 2 cards. I get another Steward of Gondor, and then I get another Stand and Fight. Really happy to see that other Stand and Fight. So just taking it very slow, no rush, moving on to the next round. Everyone gets 1 resource, Éowyn gets 3. And I draw Faramir. Very nice. So he has a great action. Exhaust him and give every character +1 willpower that's committed to the quest. So it's great to use him for a huge willpower boost. Really handy in this quest. Stage 2, you need to make a lot of willpower. So there's going to be 6 threat in staging when I reveal that location that I know is coming. And like I said, I'm not trying to make a lot of progress because I need to kill that hill troll. But revealing another location makes this pretty easy. I don't have any enemies to deal with. So I will send the Northern Tracker. I'm going to send Theodred. I'm going to send Éowyn. Éowyn's going to collect Theodred's resource again. Since I have a lot of spirit cards I want to play. I do reveal that 3 threat location, so I'm questing for 6 against 6. Northern Tracker should have placed a progress on the location that was in the staging area, so I do that. I travel to the Gladden Fields, which is going to make me raise my threat by an additional threat each round. It's the active location, which I'm already going to hit 30 threat this next round anyway, so I'm okay with that. Then Hennemarth exhausts and lets me see that the card that's coming out is going to be a Treachery that's going to remove a bunch of progress. And then finally, I exhaust Barivor and draw 2 cards. Card draw is so important. The more cards you have in hand, the more options you have. So the 2 cards I get here, Attest to Will, great, and Sneak Attack, also great. I'm going to raise my threat. I'm supposed to be at 31. I forget. I do remember in a minute. So sorry about that. Éowyn has maxed out resources as far as my custom tracker goes. I do plan on spending a bunch of them, though. And I draw a nice, cheap leadership ally. So, a body on the table. It's just always good to have. Alright, looking at my hand, I do decide to put in that Guard of the Citadel. So, it's just, if you need a chump blocker or you have to exhaust somebody, it's just great to have these cheap allies on the table. They are always useful. Okay, I decide to put in the Erebor Hammersmith. I don't have an attachment in my discard pile to put back into my hand, but it's, as I keep saying, another body on the table. And then I'm going to play Stand and Fight, and I am going to put Beorn into play. He's amazing. So he's, just this huge beefy ally, because it's frickin' Beorn, right? But then you can choose to activate an ability and he will get +5 attack. So he makes 1 really big attack. If you can ready him, he could make 2 huge attacks. And then after he does that big attack, you shuffle him back into your deck. Really, really useful against a giant hill troll. Alright, so I know I'm going to be questing against 3. And then I'm going to have to remove a bunch of progress. The active location has 3 quest points. My Northern Tracker clears that that Northern Tracker clears that location in staging, so it goes away. He explored it. I give the resource to Éowyn from Theodred, and then I change my mind and give it to Theodred, because I do have that sneak attack, and so I'd like him to build up a little bit of a resource pool. Alright, so I'm only questing against 1. I reveal a treachery that makes me remove progress. That's why my initial screw up where I put the wrong amount of progress on really doesn't matter, because I end up having to back a bunch of them off anyway. That's me remembering I should have raised my threat by 1 because of that being the active location. I do clear it. That goes into victory display. I have, I believe, 5 progress now. I'm going to engage the Hill Troll. He has an interesting ability. So when the Hill Troll attacks you, any excess damage that goes past the hit points is threat. All right, I got to return an exhausted ally to my hand. I don't want to do that because I only have 2 exhausted allies. One's the Northern Tracker, and one's the one I just used to defend. So if I had to return the one that I just used to defend, this attack would be considered undefended. And the Northern Tracker was expensive, so I'm going to spend 1 on Hasty Stroke and cancel that. Okay, so there was 2 extra points of damage dealt that the Hammersmith couldn't handle, so I raised my threat by 2. I'm going to trigger Bjorn's big ability, so he's attacking for 8. There's 9, 10, 11, and Hennemarth swings in for the 12th, and the Hill Troll is dead. Bjorn is going to leave play and be shuffled into the deck. If I can get it in there. There you go. All right, so I just need to make some progress to get the 8 that I need in order to advance to Stage 2. Stage 2 is fun, right? If you've played it before. I always remember the first time I played this quest. All right, I beat the Hill Troll. And then I get to Stage 2, and I'm like, really? That's almost harder. All right, I get Will of the West. Shuffle my discard pile back into my deck. Éowyn has a lot of resources, and I have a lot of cards. I do have Faramir. He's a huge help for Stage 2, because exhausting him and giving everybody a willpower boost is it's a really big deal. But I need to make it to Stage 2 first, so let's send 5 on the quest. And I reveal a Surgy Wolf, and then, everyone's favorite, the Necromancer's Reach. Deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. And that's why you don't exhaust Hennemarth to take a peek at what's coming. I do have a Test of Will, so I could have canceled it. But in this case, Necromancer's Reach just gives me a damage on 2 heroes. It's really not that bad. All right, here we go. 2B, reveal 1 additional encounter card each quest phase. Enemies do not make engagement checks. You can still optionally engage 1, and it's 16 progress. So this is a stage you do not want to stay at for any longer than you need to. You just want to blast through it as fast as you can. All right, let's engage that Wolf Rider. He's a wimp. Going to defend it here with my Northern Tracker. There is no shadow. I take no damage. It just takes 2 to kill him. I could kill it with Barivore, but I love drawing cards. So I'm going to use Hennemarth and my guard and draw 2 cards. I'm looking for some threat reduction. And I get, all right, a Test of Will and then some healing. So no threat reduction yet. I'd also like Gandalf. You know, give me my big power cards here, because I'm trying to do this big push. All right, so resetting my dice back to 30. I do have enough resources to play Faramir on Theodred, so that's going to be huge. I draw my card, and it's another Guard of the Citadel. All right. So I'm going to be revealing 2 cards, and I need to make 16 progress. So it's time to YOLO quest. Let's go. Let's get some willpower. Faramir is an absolutely amazing ally. You can use his action, exhaust him, and then give each character controlled by a player +1 willpower until the end of the phase. Just one of the best willpower boosts in the game still to this day. And you can trigger that during the green action window after encounter cards are revealed, so you don't need to exhaust him prior to revealing encounter cards. Let's get another Erebor Hammersmith into play, and let's send some people on the quest. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Theodred's going to give himself the resource. Reveal 2 cards. The first card, 3 threat location with 2 progress on it. Northern Tracker can take care of that in a couple rounds. And then when revealed, Dual Guldur Orcs deal 2 damage to a character currently committed to the quest. I will put that on Theodred. I have healing, so he is 1 hit point from death, but he can handle that right now. All right, so I'm currently making 5 progress. I do decide to send Faramir. I do decide to use Faramir's ability So I boost the willpower by 6. That's going to put me at 11 progress. And then I could discard a card to Eowyn if I wanted to boost it by 1 more. I have lots of extra cards, so why not? So I will discard the Steward of Gondor. Give me 12 out of the 16. I'll engage the Dol Guldur Orcs. I'm going to play Stand and Fight and put the Erebor Hammersmith into play. I could have actually returned Steward into my hand since he lets you return an attachment. I actually forgot he had that ability. That's okay. So he's going to defend the Orcs for me. Thank you very much, sir. There's no shadow, so he takes the damage. And I don't have a way to swing back, but that's okay. Next round, I don't need to send quite as many people on the quest. Okay, so Henemarth peaks, and it's another copy of that same location. So I'm still engaged with the Orc going into the next round, but like I said, I only need to make 4 progress. I'll be able to leave more characters up and be all right. All right, more healing. So that's good. It's always good to have healing on hand. I'm going to use one of my 2 copies of Lore of Enladris, easy for you to say, and heal Theodred. So he now has no damage. I know I'm going to be up against at least 6 threat. Let's get 1 more guard of the Citadel into play. Spend Theodred's 2 resources. Eowyn has 9. She's obviously doing very well. All right, Theodred's going to give himself the resource if I remember to. So I'm sending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to be currently against 3. I know it's going to be 6. So I'm wondering if that's enough for me to make my 4 progress with Faramir's boost. I might need to send at least 1 more character. So I do. My other card is a Goblin Sniper. So he cannot be engaged unless he's the only enemy in staging. So I am currently questing even. Northern Tracker placed 1 progress on the location that was in staging. Faramir is going to give me the boost I need to advance to stage 2. And it does look like I forgot to trigger Theodred's resource, but that's okay. I didn't, or his response. Okay, when revealed, reveal 2 encounter cards per player and add them to the staging area. Skip the quest phase for the remainder of the game, so no more cards are coming out. There's no quest points needed, and then once there's no enemies in play, you win the game. So let's reveal 2 cards. Remove progress. Okay, that's a whiff. That does nothing. And another enemy. And we're still in the quest phase, and characters are still considered committed to the quest. So I do have to deal 2 damage to somebody, and I decide to put it on the Erebor Hammersmith. I could have also canceled it, but I can take the damage. All right, combat. I can't engage the Goblin Sniper because there's an enemy currently in staging. I don't want to travel because I'm not revealing any more cards, and I have a Northern Tracker. So I'm just doing some math, trying to figure out the best way to handle this. I do have that sneak attack in hand, and I think I have a couple of allies. Okay, each of these guys are going to get an encounter card. They're attacking for 2. I know there's nasty shadows that give them +3 if undefended, but I have hasty strokes. I finally remember that Theodred should have got that resource during the quest phase, because I wanted him to always have 1 resource so I could play sneak attack, and I think I was confused at why he didn't have a resource. Alright, so my damaged Erebor Hammersmith is going to +1 attack, +2 if my threat is 35 or higher. My threat is higher than 35, so that is going to be enough to kill the Erebor Hammersmith. Again, I think he already died once. So this little ally is doing a lot of work for me. And then I have another attack coming. I think I'm going to throw the Guard of the Citadel in front of that one. Don't be afraid to chump block. It's okay. It's okay to let these little allies jump in front of these attacks. So he dies there. You definitely don't want to take it undefended if you don't have a hasty stroke in hand, because undefended attacks are pretty nasty in this core set. Alright, so Beravor and Henemarth take care of one of them, and then the Goblin Sniper is going to snipe and do a damage to somebody. I get that to Faramir. And no encounter cards are coming out, so all I have to do is kill these 2 enemies and I'm going to win the game. Raise my threat. collect some resources. I'm not going to add Eowyn's 3 resources because it turns out I was going to throw some resource tokens on her, but I drew Gladrim's Greeting, which costs 3. So I'll just say she spent those 3 resources and drop my threat by 6. Alrighty. I have a sneak attack. I have a Miner of the Iron Hills. No cards are coming. Let's just see what else I can get in my hand. Snowborn Scout and another stand and fight, so I can pull an ally out of my discard pile again. Alright, Snowborn Scout's going to put 1 of 2 progress on the other Necromancer's Pass, I think that is. And then stand and fight is going to bring back, once again, the Erebor Hammersmith from the dead. So it's the 3rd time the same ally has entered play for me. And once again, he could pull back my Steward that I have in the discard pile if I wanted to. Alright, so the Northern Tracker is going to clear both of those locations, which means I have a whopping 2 threat in staging. So I'm just going to send Eowyn. Northern Tracker clears those. I make 2 progress out of 0 needed. Since there's no other enemies in staging, I can engage the Goblin Sniper. These guys are both wimps. They're attacking for 2. Make sure the enemy with the highest engagement cost gets the first encounter card. Alright, Snowbird Scout's going to jump in front of the Sniper. He dies. Thank you, Mr. Scout. The Hammersmith is once again going to defend these orcs that killed him. And I think he only gets a +1, so I don't die. And then Theodred's going to kill the Sniper. And then Faramir and the Guard of the Citadel and Henemarth kill the Dol Guldur orcs, and that is the game. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that one. Bye-bye.